Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making salmon, green beans, and steamed rice. I'm going to start with making the salmon, and I will make sure to list all the ingredients below. But first you want to prep your marinade. Once your marinade is done, go ahead and reserve about a fourth a cup or a half a cup of marinade. You'll be using that later when you're ready to put your salmon under the broiler. To prep your salmon, go ahead and wash it really well and then pat it dry with paper towels. Now you're going to add the salmon to a storage bag along with the marinade and refrigerate it for 30 minutes or longer. Now I'm going to start on the steamed rice, and it can be intimidating for some people, but I think it's probably one of the easiest things to cook. It just takes some time. For the beginner, you're going to want to do 1 cup of rice for 2 cups of water, but I just eyeball it, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Now you'll want to rinse your rice, and I usually run it through the water 3 or 4 times. You want to make sure that the rice is nice and clean and the water is no longer foggy like it is right now. When your rice is cleaned and most of the starch has been removed, it's time to fill the pot with the water that you're going to use to boil the rice. And I like to fill it about a ½ inch above the rice. Set your stove temperature to high and put the pot on, and you're going to want to boil the rice before you lower the temperature. I always add olive oil and salt before the boiling starts, just so the rice doesn't stick to the pan and to give it some flavor. I usually will stir the rice once or twice before it gets to the boiling point, but once it starts to boil, you'll want to cover your pot with a very tight-fitting lid, turn the temperature down, and let it simmer for about 20 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. You don't want it to burn. Now it is time to broil your salmon. You want to set your stove to a high broil and make sure the rack is at the topmost point in your oven. So get your salmon out of the fridge and put it. I always line my pan with aluminum foil. It just makes for easy cleanup. Take the reserved marinade and go ahead and pour it over the salmon before you stick it in the oven. Depending on how well you liked your salmon cooked, you'll want to start paying attention to its doneness starting at the 6-minute mark. Okay, so lastly we'll start on our green beans. First you want to wash the green beans and trim them and make sure they're nice and clean. So what you'll need for the green beans are onions, garlic, soy sauce, sesame oil, and rice wine vinegar. So turn your stove on a medium-high heat and add your olive oil. You'll want to first start with your onions. Cook them about 2 minutes until they're nice and translucent. Then you'll add your green beans. Cook that for another 4 or 5 minutes, depending on how tender or crunchy you like your green beans to be. Next, you'll add your soy sauce, which gives it an amazing caramelization to the onions and flavor, and I only wish I added more onions. Then you'll add your garlic. Let that cook for another minute. Lastly, you'll add a splash of the rice wine vinegar. Make sure you don't add too much because it does have a really strong flavor to it. Now with everything finished, it's time to eat. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel as well as give me 2 thumbs up. If you'd like, leave me a comment. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see me make. Thanks again, and until next time, bye.